you're all on time. Almost everyone is on time. We'll just wait for 3 more minutes, and after that we will start the session. I hope you have all already made your GitHub IDs. Just show me a thumbs up, reaction, thumbs up. Okay, I see few thumbs up. Do you? Yeah, okay. If you haven't made it already, you still have. Okay, we have Mridu here with us right now.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Am I audible to you?
Guys, just yes, you're audible.
Nice, nice. Sorry for being late.
We're very pleased to have you. It's okay, you're not late at all. We're very pleased to have you here. Guys,
Same
please
here.
welcome Ritu. She is an experienced software designer, engineer, and she's been, we're very pleased and eager to learn from you, and we welcome you over here. And
Thank you.
I guess I'll just hand over the mic to you and let you continue your session as you want to.
Sure.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ridu, and I'm a software developer by profession. And it has been almost 2 years since I started working. So, without delaying it further, I'll just start right away with my presentation, and I'll be giving a talk basically on a hands-on session on Git, and we'll be discussing GitHub as well. So it is more focused over Git than GitHub, and I'll just share my screen with you folks. A second, I'll have to open my presentation. Before I start, can I get some background on do you folks already know Git, or it is the first time that you will be learning Git, or hello?
Guys,
Hello?
you can just type it in the chat box.
Yeah, that
If
would
you
help.
know if you know anything about it or if you don't, if it's your first time or you have already worked on it.
I am unable to see the
See?
chat.
Yeah.
Okay, so no worries, I'll be starting from scratch only. And one another question that I have is, uh, are most of you on Windows or are you on Linux? Because the commands that are written are based on the Linux system. I use Ubuntu on my system. Okay, so majority of you are on Windows. So if anyone
దాన్ని మరీ అంత దారుణంగా చేయకపోయినట్టు ఇచ్చేసి ఉండదు అది ఇప్పుడు ఆయన చేయలేడు దాన్ని అది నా ఉద్దేశం
I'm hearing someone else's voice also. Can we mute others? Or
అన్న ప్లీజ్ అది మ్యూట్ చేయండి, మైక్ మ్యూట్ చేయండి మీది.
yeah, and I
Guys, can you
only
please mute
understand
yourselves?
English or Hindi, so the third language that was coming, I wasn't able to interpret it.
Yes madam, I informed them, not a problem. I informed them in their language.
Okay, sure. So if anyone is on so all of you who are using Windows can install Git Bash on your systems. Git Bash, I'll just Sorry for the delay here. If you are trying hands-on, just install Git Bash. Can someone type it in chat? Git Bash is a software for Windows
sure.
through which you can install Git, and then we'll be using Git from the command line. I'll not be using any other software like Git Desktop or anything. We'll be discussing it from command line, and Git Bash is the tool that needs to be installed if you are on Windows. And also, if you are, for whatever reason, you are unable to continue with me hands-on, so you can even do it later. I have all the commands written in my presentation, and I can share my presentation. So post the session, you can practice these as well. So shall I start?
Sure, I guess you can go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So the session is getting started with Git, and since the beginning I am doing Git, GitHub, and this is one of the things that we keep hearing here and there. Probably on every platform that you see where the developers are talking, Git is something that everyone talks about. So the first question that should come to mind, that why should you use and learn Git? What is the need of learning Git, and why is everyone talking about it? So here are some of the pointers where Git helps. So in colleges, if all of you are from college background, one of the things you might have observed is either there are personal projects that you work on, or there are group projects that you work on. But have you ever wondered how do you collaborate when you collaborate on bigger projects? When you are working for companies, how do developers there collaborate with each other? So sending each other project files on email is not an option, right? So this is where Git comes into picture. It helps keep the track of all the versions of the project that you have, all the changes that are done in the project. Everything everything is taken care of by Git, and it makes it easy for the developers to collaborate with each other. So whatever code is on my system would also be in the same state in my colleague's system or my friend's system. So the main purpose of using a version control system like Git is that it helps in collaboration. So we discussed earlier that what is the purpose of using Git and why are we using Git. Now let us see what exactly is Git. So Git is a distributed version control system, but now the second question that should come in mind is what is meant by distributed version control system? What is distributed version control system? So a distributed version control system is the one where the complete code base, including the full version history, is mirrored on every developer's computer. So as I had told earlier, if I am working on a particular project and my friend is also working on the same project, then both of us would be having the project code base on each of our individual systems. And then whatever changes we make on our system, we merge those changes into the final product. So basically what we are trying to convey here is that all the full version history of the project is present on both the developer system. Now how the full version history comes to the system is another question, and we'll be discussing it in the slides ahead. So far, is there any confusion? Any doubts still here? Has every one of you installed Git Bash? Are you able to install Git Bash on your systems?
Yeah.
Yeah, Git Bash, everyone is.
Just for getting responses.
Cool. So I'll just proceed ahead if there are no doubts. So so far what I have discussed it is why do we use Git? What exactly is Git? What is meant by distributed version control system? So you can just split the word itself, that distributed is that meaning of distributed is your code base is present with different people, and version is every code base is having the full version history. So this is meant by distributed version control system. Yeah. So my next slide is this one. So just you have to imagine this as a system, the image that you are seeing. Server is your remote repository. So in our case, server is GitHub. GitHub is your server. GitHub is the remote repository where where the main project code base is present. So every developer pushes their code to the remote repository. And then dev environment is something that is particular to your laptop, to your systems. So server is GitHub, and inside of your dev environment is where you are using Git. And these changes from dev environment are either pushed to remote repository, or it can also work the other way. From remote repository, the changes can be pushed down onto dev environment. So both ways we do it. And so let us, and there are then three stages. One is your working directory. Working directory is basically any directory on your system. So you can just create you don't have to create it now. This is just for explanation. You will have to just create a directory. So that is basically your working directory. Here, if you put a file in here, there can be multiple files inside of this working directory. And then we'll be using Git and seeing what is meant by staging area and a local repository. Am I clear so far, or am I going too fast, too slow? Are you able to understand?
Yes, Mridhu, you're very clear.
Cool. So next part is how do you configure Git on your terminal? So if your Git bash is already installed, these commands are specific to Ubuntu. Actually, I use Ubuntu as Ubuntu on my system. That is basically Linux distribution. And just check out that if the command for Windows system is the same. You'll have to configure Git on your terminal if it is not already configured, and just type in git config -- global user.name. So this username should match your username on GitHub, because ultimately everything from your system will go on to GitHub. And if you don't have a GitHub account at the moment, so you can either do it now if you are able to follow up, or you can try it out later. So I'll also show you, just a second. I can just show you what is GitHub if anyone of you have not seen it. So this is GitHub. Okay, and just I can just show my account itself. So this platform is GitHub, and it is here where all your projects are present. So you can see that I have pushed all my projects on GitHub. This is GitHub, and these are my projects. And this is the commit history. So what exactly, this is not the history of commits, but it tells that how many times I have pushed something on GitHub, or I have changed something in my project. So this is kind of a graph, and here it is telling me all kinds of activities that I have done so far on GitHub. And the meaning of repositories on GitHub is nothing, just a project directory. So this is GitHub. If you don't have the account, you can create an account now or you can create it later. And if every one of you has configured Git on your terminals after installing Git Bash, so we'll be moving to the next step. And next step is so scenario one is you all are working on your project assignment for college or for any other purpose, and then everyone is collaborating on this project. So it is not one of those projects where only a single person is working and other team is just enjoying around, and then during the final presentation everyone just by heart some answer and goes and tell the professor. So suppose that is not the case here, everyone wants to collaborate. So this is the scenario one that we are working on. So now that I have to share my project with others, that means I am trying to push one of my repositories from my local system to GitHub. So what you can do is just create your project directory. For Linux, this command is mkdir. For Windows, the command can be different. You'll have to check what is the command for creating directory on Windows and what is the command for getting inside the directory on Windows. The commands here can vary because of Windows and Linux. I am repeating it multiple times so that there is no confusion and you don't feel like I am teaching anything wrong here. So once the directories are created and you are inside of your directory, it would look something like Git practice. My directory name is Git practice. So what I want to do is whatever I try to write inside of Git practice, I want this to come on GitHub. I want this to show up on GitHub. That is why I am following this process. I want my project to be pushed on GitHub so that I can show it to the interviewer that this is the project that I have been working on. So if directories are created, now the next step is you do a git init. What git init does is it initializes the empty repository as a git repository. So if you don't do git init, it is just like any other random folder on your system. Like any other folder, git init would be a normal folder on your system. But when you do git init on your system, then it makes the directory as a git directory. And as we all know, what does git do? Git helps us in storing the version of your project. It helps you to store the version of your project. That's why a git directory, a git repository is different from your usual folders. Are things clear up till now?
They are. There's a question in the chat box.
Okay.
So it's the question is, what's the difference between Git and SVN?
Can you write the full form of SVN? It is not striking my mind at the moment. Version
Akash, can you please just write the full form of SVN in the chat?
I have been using Git, but I haven't used SVN. Is it a form of version control system? You are not audible. Am I audible to others, or everyone else is also facing the problem?
No, you're audible. You're properly audible to everyone almost. It must have been Ankita's network problem.
Are there any other questions that I have missed out?
No, not till now.
This one, Ubuntu users don't have to install Git Bash. If you are on Ubuntu, you will be able to follow the commands, and without installing anything, you just have to configure your emails and email IDs and username. Ubuntu users don't have to install anything. Now next step is, now that we have initialized our repositories with git init, Now this repository is your Git repository, which means that this repository is different from all other repository directories on your system. Don't get confused with repositories and directories. Directories is something that we use very often in common, and repositories also mean the same. And repositories is something that is a common terminology for GitHub and Git. And now my next task is I want to create a new project. So I want to create a new file so that I can start writing my code. So again, these commands are for creating the directory. So I just did a touch hello world.py and then I wrote a ls. Touch command is particular to Ubuntu, particular to Linux. So all you have to do is just create one file. You can do it using any command that you are aware of. You can do it manually if you want. And just do and the file name is hello world.py. Hello world.py. So when you do a ls, it tells me that inside of my directory, there is one file named as hello world.py.
Thanks a lot.
Now there is another command. So far all we have done is we created one directory on our system. After creating the directory, we have initialized it using git init, and we have configured git on our system. I am hoping that everyone has configured git on their systems. And then I have just created files on my system. So there can be one file, there can be two files. Seems like I have two files on the system. So it is hello.py, hello world.py. So there are two files now in my directory. Now all these things are in my working directory. All these things at the moment are in working directory. So we had seen the diagram here. First, everything remains in your working directory. Now from working directory, we'll take the things to staging area. Everything is in my working directory. Now from working directory, we'll be going to staging area. So git status, so git has various commands, and first command that we learned today was git init. Next one is git status. Status tells us the status of the working directory and the staging area. Git status basically tells you that these are the changes that you have made. You can try doing a git status on your systems and see what is the output that you are getting. So it will tell you the names of the files that you have created on your system. Is anyone trying along?
Yeah. I'm trying along with you.
Cool. So on doing git status, it will tell you that these are the changes that you have done inside of your folder. So I just created two files, hello world and hello, and that's why it is telling me that you have two files that are created. So at this stage, you can see it is written untracked files. Untracked files at the moment means my files are in my working directory. Git is not yet tracking the files. These files are untracked. It only knows that these files are created. Now I have to move from working directory to the staging area. Now how do I do that? Next command is git add. So what git add does? It adds the file from the working directory to the staging area. Whatever is present inside of your working directory, from there it will take it to the staging area. How does it do that? So as you all remember, I had two files in my git status. That one was hello.py, another was hello world.py. Inside this file, you can write any random Python code like print hello world or anything, or empty files are also fine. So it was saying that you have two files which are present, which are untracked at the moment. So my working directory was having two files. Now, as I told, I am trying to move my files from working directory to the staging area. So for doing that, I am using the command git add hello world.py. Git add hello world.py. This command is same for Windows as well as Linux system or Ubuntu, whatever you are using. So you can just do a git add hello world.py so that your one file comes in the staging area. And then when again I do a git status, so we all learned recently that on doing git status, it tells us what all changes have we done inside of the directory. So it is telling me that you have already added a new file, that is hello world.py. So one file is there in the staging area, but again, it is also telling me that one file is still present in your working directory. So that one file in the working directory is hello.py, and the another file that is present in the main, that is present in the staging area is hello world.py. So you can see that git add is basically helping us from going from working directory to the staging area. Next command is git commit. So git commit basically saves the changes to the file and gives it a unique commit ID. Once you add those files, you have to commit the files. Commit is basically a snapshot or a screenshot, you can say, that tells Git that some changes have happened. So I wrote git commit -m first commit. Git commit -m stands for we are typing some message that this is my first commit. So commit means that I have added file hello world.py. So instead of first commit, I should have written here that added hello world.py. It just tells us that what are the changes that we have made to our file. So now, then again, when I do a git status, it will tell me that you now only have untracked files, that is hello.py. So far we have run a couple of git commands which include git init. Sorry, you are not audible to me. Who was it? So staging area basically helps us in keeping the track of the files, that what all changes have you made to the files and what all changes are you tracking. So if I don't put anything inside of my staging area, Git won't be knowing that there is anything present in the staging area or what it has to track. It will always be showing you untracked files. And without the staging area, you won't be able to push your changes onto GitHub. Everything would still remain on your system only. Every directory would be like your normal directory. Does that answer your question? Should I move ahead or is there still any confusion?
Just move ahead.
Yeah. So last command that I think I skipped some slides. Yeah, last we discussed git commit, and now after git commit, let us see what we have to do. Now everything is present on your local system. Now what we want is we want to send the file, you want to send your project files from your local system onto GitHub. So how do we do that? I had told you to create your GitHub accounts. And if you have created your GitHub account, you can just do from here a new repository. When there is a plus sign on GitHub, you can go here and just do a new repository. And repository here means directory. So inside of this directory, all the files from your system will go inside this directory. So you can name this repository anything. So right now I'm naming it Git session, Git demo. So I named my repository as Git demo as I am demoing something at the moment. And then here you can just describe what the project is about. So I'm just telling me, this is just a small description. Demo, hands-on demo about Git. And then to describe in detail what your project is about, we have a README file. So it is asking me, do you want to initialize this repository with a README? Yes, I want to initialize it. And then you just have to do a create repository. So now this repository is created. We now have two repositories, one on your system and one repository is on GitHub. So now what I am trying to do is push those hello.py file and hello world.py file inside of this repository. As I am not doing it hands-on, I'm not writing the commands on my system. So finally those files won't be visible in my system, but it would come inside your own repos. So I'll just tell you. If you have already created the repositories, we'll go ahead to the next step. Now you have to tell your local system that there is one remote repository. How will your system come to know that there is a remote repository? So for this purpose, we have created a remote repository on GitHub, and now we'll tell your local machine that we have created the repository there. How do we do that? There is a command named as git remote -v -v, and at the moment Git didn't know that there is any remote repository out there. Now that we have created a remote repository, I'll just do git remote add origin. And I have missed this step. I'll write the command there, just a second. The full command is git remote add origin, and then you will write the URL of your repository. This is a single line command, and it has come in the next line. This is a single line command, git remote add origin, and then the URL of your project. So how will you take the URL? Just go on to your project repository on GitHub and then click on clone or download. And then you will see that there is this remote URL. There is this URL that you have to copy. So you will just copy this URL. And now we have to tell our local system that please local machine that this is the remote repository. So I'll just write the command over the doc. Git remote add origin and then the link to your project. Is it visible and are things clear so far?
Yes, Mridhu, your screen is clear.
Cool. So this step is only to tell your local system that this is my remote repository. And so that there is no confusion, I'll just take you through the first diagram that we saw. Whenever there is any confusion, you just imagine this diagram. Initially, all our files were in the working directory. Then we did a git add. Everything went to our staging directory. And then when we committed our changes, everything was in our local repository. Now what I am trying to do is I am trying to push my changes. I am trying to send my changes from this local repository to the server. We created a repository, we created a GitHub repository, that is our remote repository. And now all I am trying to do is send my changes from this local repository to the remote repository. From local repository to remote repository. Now for this step to happen, all I have done is I am telling my dev environment that GitHub project is my remote repository. So how do you tell it to the dev environment that what is your server? So you tell it by running that git command that I had shown you, git add origin and then your remote URL. Origin is a convention here. This name can be changed as well. But so that there is no confusion, you usually don't change that name. So every time you face any kind of confusion, just have a look at this diagram. And now that I had written that command, yeah. Now when you do a git remote -v, you will see that it will tell you, it has now, what this has done is it has told your local repository that this is where the remote is. This is the location where those files are to be sent. Now your local repository knows that this is where I have to send the files. Earlier, your local repository was not aware that where should I send the files. So now what is happening? See, from working directory to staging area, it was done through git add. Then from staging area, we went to local repository by doing git commit. And now we'll finally push all our changes to the remote repository. Now our dev environment knows what is where is the remote repository located. So I'll just have to send my changes from local repository to remote repository. So for doing that, we'll just do a git push. So git push pushes the changes from your local repository to remote repository, that is GitHub. So all you have to do is git push origin master. Master is basically the main branch of your project. What is branching, we'll be discussing further. At the moment, all you have to remember is master is the main branch. And now it is again asking me what is your username. So here you will add your GitHub username. Then it is asking me for the GitHub password and I'll write my password. And then you will see that whether your changes get accepted or not and why are they rejected, we'll see that also. Is everyone able to follow so far? Are you able to do it on your own machines?
Guys, we would really like your replies in the chat box. Just reply so that we know that you are doing it so far and you know how it's going.
There is some error. Are you using Windows? Oh, okay. I missed the remote. Okay. So far, everyone is following, it seems. Then. Are there any doubts or anything where you are stuck?
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
I use the command git push origin master, but nothing is happening. By
It
clicking
would have
enter,
rejected your. It would have rejected your push. Did it reject?
no, nothing, no error is showing. Means when I am clicking enter, it is coming to the new line, and nothing.
Have you created your repository on GitHub?
Yes, created.
And you are not even seeing username? This next step is also not coming. Are you
No,
able to see something like username for, because this exact is a screenshot of what happens on the terminal.
no.
Can you just write that command again on your system and press enter?
Okay. No, nothing is happening. Means I have added the file to the staging area, then I have committed it, then I have remote add origin and then the link, and then I am git push origin master, and then nothing is happening.
Um, I think we lost Neetu's connection because of some network issue. She'll just join us. She'll just join us again in a minute or two. Until then, guys, I just want to say that you all need to respond so that you can learn, so that it's more interactive. If you don't want to speak, if you don't want to switch on your audios, the least you can do is respond to her when she's asking questions, even in the chat box. Because she's here for us and not the other way around. Hopefully, at least you all have been able to follow till now. Just show me a thumbs up so that at least I know that yes, you have been following and it's understandable. Okay, thank you. I just have okay, good. At least some people are showing response because it will help you in the future.
Hello.
Yes, Mayank.
Hi everyone. Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Mayank. See, there's some issue on Madhu's end with electricity problem. She'll be joining in a few
Okay,
moments again. So please hang on,
sure.
and thank you for this session.
Okay, thank you for the information.
Yeah. The light also had to go at the same time.
It's okay. It happens to everyone once in a while.
Yeah. I'll just resume from where I left. Uh,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sure.
yeah. Just a second, I have to search for the file as well. Yeah. So, are there any doubts so far? Okay. Yeah. So now we had seen that we were on the last step. We had to do git push and then we'll push our changes to the remote repository. Now, I was discussing with someone was facing some problem. No doubt.
I think Sagar was facing some
Yes,
problem.
yes, I was
Yeah.
facing. Yes, I was facing problem, and now it came, but the error is fatal. HTTP request exemption and encountered. Username for this rejected like this.
So username for the okay, got it. Yeah, so that you must be getting something like this. Failed to push some refs to this. Are you getting something like this error?
Which error? Are you sharing the screen?
Oh, sorry, just a second, just a second. I think I am not. Sorry. Is my screen visible now?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Yeah. So when you try to push anything on GitHub, at the moment it would have raised some error. The
Yes.
changes would
This.
not have gone and it would have raised some error.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So can anyone make a guess that why these errors are coming? Anyone, any idea why this error would have come? So I'll just tell you that this error has come because things in our local repository are different and some changes are present in our repository. Both changes are different. So first we'll have to make the changes same. Now how do I do that? There is one extra file on my GitHub if you have observed. I created a GitHub here. I created a new repository recently. Where has it gone? This one. We created git demo repository and here you can see we have a readme file. So readme file is present here, but this readme file is not present on my local system, right? Is everyone able to follow this far? Are you able to get it?
Yes.
Yeah. So remote repository is having readme.md, but my local repository is not having readme.md. So first I will have to pull all of these changes from GitHub to my local system. So I have to first get this readme.md to my local system. So now how do I do that? You will see that, yeah, we were here. Git also suggests few things. So it is giving you a hint, example, git pull before pushing again. So git pull, what happens is whatever is present on the remote repository will come on your local repository. So you just have to do a git pull updates the local version of the repository from the remote. Just do a git pull origin master. All you have to do is do a git pull origin master. Now when you do it, it will pull this readme.md on your system. So now readme.md will come on your system. That is why the first time we were trying to push the changes, we were not able to push it. So far, has everyone followed? After doing a pull, now you again push it, so all the changes should go onto your GitHub. Just try writing this command again, git push origin master. Do a git push origin master. Hello? Hello?
Yes, Mridu.
I thought again my voice has gone.
Oh no, it's not.
Okay. Readme.md Hashim. When you do a git push after pull, the changes would go onto your GitHub.
Hello. While I am using the
Yeah.
git pull command, there is a issue
Hmm.
called fatal refusing to merge unrelated histories.
Can you share the screenshot of your error and can you tell me what is the command that you wrote?
Okay, I can share the screen.
Okay, I'll stop sharing mine.
Okay.
Do.
So this is my screen. This is the command.
And okay, what is the name of your local file? Readme.md. Because only then.
No, my local file name is example means I have created two files.
Hello and
The
world.
remote,
Okay.
yes, the remote file is 1 minute.
Readme.md.
Yes,
Because merge conflict would come if the file name is same.
okay, I will try.
Just keep the file names different because at the moment I won't be covering the resolving of merge conflict. It is bit of an advanced topic to discuss at the moment. Okay, so now the next step is I'll share my screen again. Is there anyone who is able to get through this project? Are you able to push the changes? Is there anyone who is able to push the files to GitHub? Has anyone done it? Git pull origin master is the command. Git pull origin master.
I'm able to do.
Who is it? What is your name? Hello.
Yeah, Mrudu, Hashim
Okay.
here.
Okay.
I
Hi,
am
Hashim.
able to push my.
All your changes have got pushed. Okay. So can you just share your screen and we can show it to others that how it will look?
Okay.
Yeah. So this is just to tell you how it looks when you are able to push all your changes to GitHub so that everyone is able to understand that what is happening here. So we have Hashim with us and he is able to push all his files to GitHub. Your screen is not yet visible, it is coming black. Are you facing any issue in sharing the screen?
Hashim here. I am able to push my. Still, are you?
Yeah, I am able to see your terminal. No,
Okay.
the changes have not got pushed. Can you? No, can you
but it's
open your
showing
GitHub?
everything is today.
Mm, can you do a Git status? And open your GitHub also so that we see what is present on your GitHub.
Read me only.
Can you open your GitHub? On
Yeah, it's
GitHub you
open.
have README. On your local you have. See, yeah, this is an interesting error. Can you just increase the screen size of your terminal? Now what is happening here, if you see, he has tried to push the file to GitHub, but GitHub has returned everything is up to date. And when he again did a git status, can you just clear your screen and do a git status again? Just type clear and enter. Yeah. Now do a git status.
Yeah.
See, earlier we had seen that he was trying to push something on GitHub, but on pushing to GitHub, he was one message had come that everything is up to date, but changes were not up to date. As you would have observed, his local system is having hello world.py and readme, and GitHub is having only readme. So this hello world.py has not gone to GitHub. So something was surely wrong. Now what was wrong? When we did a git status, here you can see the file is untracked. Hello world.py. So
Yes.
he has not run a git add command. First you will have to add. At the moment the file is in your working directory. From working directory we have to bring it to staging directory. So can you run a git add?
I need to include file.
Sorry? I am writing the command in the chat. You can just copy the command. You can just copy the command from chat and paste it there. We are trying to add files from GitHub from your working repository to staging area.
Yeah, I added.
But on your screen it is not coming. Did you write it on your screen?
Yeah.
We are unable to see. Is there some lag?
But it's showing everything is.
Can you run this command again? Can you please run this command again, the one that I am telling? You will have to run this command again. I am trying to explain something. There is some issue. That's why it is coming. Everything is up to date.
Yeah, command is completed. Sure. I executed. It's successfully completed. I don't know why my screens are not visible to you.
Okay. That is successfully completed. You have added. Okay, I am able to see something. There is some delay, I think.
Okay, fine.
You run the add command. Cool.
Yeah.
Can you get status again? Yeah. So now you can see
new file is in green color.
Green color, yeah. So earlier you had not added the file. So your file was not in the staging area. Is everyone able to understand what went wrong? The file was not present in staging area. That's why it was coming. Everything is up to date. Now, if he has added the file is in the staging area. So it is coming in green color now. And now he will have to commit his changes. Commit also means save the changes. It has to tell that these are the changes that I have made. So you can write git commit minus m, git commit minus m. And inside of double quotes, you can write hello world file. Your screen is gone. I have written the command in chat. If people are following through, you can just do git commit minus m hello world file.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I lost my connection.
Oh, okay. No problem. So when so if you do a okay, so we are unable to see his screen, but if there is anyone else who is trying along, you can just type in these commands git add hello world.py and git commit. And okay, now his screen is again there. Yeah, hello world file. If you press enter, yeah, see now we have committed the changes. And
Okay.
now you can again do a git push origin master. Push origin master. Now it has come. Now you have to write your username and password. Yes, the changes have successfully gone. And see, earlier there was only readme.md. Now hello world.py has also come.
Yes.
Yes. Is everyone able to understand? We have achieved our objective of sending the hello world.py onto GitHub. Thanks for sharing your screen, Hashim.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. Is everyone able to understand the concept here? What failed? Why were the changes not getting pushed? Any doubts? Hello?
I don't think there are any doubts.
Okay. So, how many of you have tried? Has anyone tried, or are you just listening, or are
Right?
there
How
any
many of
doubts?
you have tried? Just say yes or no in the chat box.
In the chat, if you can tell me yes, you are able to see the file on GitHub, then it would help me understand that, okay, you have understood something. Failed to push some refs to GitHub. I am getting this error. So now that depends on the procedure that you have followed. Just do a, you can just do a git status and check what is coming. So what I am thinking is we can take up doubts now. Instead of covering more topics, it would get confusing beyond this point. I think everyone is a first time Git user. So I'll not be teaching anything new, but we can just try pushing these files onto GitHub. So you can share the screen. Steve, am I pronouncing your name correctly? Can you share your screen?
Yes, ma'am. I'll share it now, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen, ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, at first I showed the new file in the git status, ma'am, when I used the git status. But then I tried to
Yeah.
push it, and then now I'm not able. When I use git status, I'm not able to see the file, ma'am.
Sorry. You did. Sorry, can you please repeat? I missed out.
At first, before pushing, when I used git status, I was
Okay.
able to see the new file in the git state when I used the git status command, and
Okay.
but pushing and it showed an error. And after that, when I tried to use the git status, I'm not able to see the file, ma'am.
Yeah. So now you have. Did you run git commit command also?
Yes, ma'am, I did, ma'am.
Yeah, that's why. So you had already run git command, git commit command. That's why this green file is not visible to you anymore. Okay. So
Oh.
now what you have to do is the change this git error you are getting because on GitHub the files are different.
Okay, ma'am.
So first you have to bring your files from GitHub onto your local system, like we did in case of Hashim.
Okay, ma'am.
So just write git pull origin master. Erase this command and just write git pull origin master. This error you have not erased, I think. Again, can you write?
Should I use an minus u before it, ma'am?
No need. Enter.
Press enter.
Now,
okay, ma'am.
Yeah, now when you do a git status, you will see that your readme would have come from GitHub to your local system. No, sorry, not git status, just take in your directory. In Windows, what is
Okay.
the command for seeing what is present in your directory? You will have to run that. Yeah, run.
Isn't it ls, ma'am? Isn't it ls?
I don't know. I don't use Windows. dir it is someone is typing. Just check if readme has come.
Yes.
Readme.
No, ma'am.
Okay, can you just try pushing all of this? Just do a git push origin master now. Let us see if things would have gone there or not. You can manually check by going inside your directory whether readme has come or not, but you can do that later.
Getting the same error, ma'am.
Updates were rejected because tip of your current branch. Are you using branching?
No, ma'am. I didn't use any branch commands.
You did not use any branch commands. Can you show me your GitHub?
Can you see the screen, ma'am?
I am only able to see your terminal at the moment.
Okay, ma'am. One second. No, ma'am.
This is fine. Can you check your clone or download URL?
This one, ma'am.
Yeah. Have you copied the correct URL? Just check.
I'll just copy it again and do it again, ma'am.
Yeah. Some things can be specific Windows error also, because in Windows it is really difficult to do all kinds of installations and everything.
It's the same thing, ma'am. It's not different.
Just check in Windows. How do you can do that later, not now, because meanwhile I can take others error.
Okay,
To
ma'am.
resolve this issue, you can just check in Windows. How do you do a git push and pull?
Okay, ma'am.
Have you installed git bash on your system?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. just check doing that if it is working. And also for the testing purpose, you can remove all your other py files at the moment.
Okay, ma'am.
Just start fresh and just first try pushing one file and then see what is happening.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anyone else who is facing an error? This error seems to be Windows specific, I think, because on Linux, when we did earlier, that the one that I had shared, we were able to push everything onto GitHub. Can you just search this Windows specific error? Maybe you will be able to. So for all Windows, the same error is coming. Can anyone ping the error in the chat? Have you all added remote? Have you added the remote repository on your system? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, have you added the remote repository on your system?
Yes,
On
ma'am.
Windows, are you on Windows?
Yes, ma'am. I am on Windows.
Okay, so you were able to add the remote repository?
Yes, ma'am. I have used the command of adding remote.
How to add? Just a second, I'll search on Windows how it is done. How to add?
Ma'am, can you summarize all the commands till now?
Commands? Yeah.
In
Yeah, I
steps,
can just
how to do
okay. Okay.
again. Yes, ma'am.
So I'll just share the screen now. I think we have less time, so I'll just summarize what we have. So I'll just share my screen. Is the screen visible to everyone now? Mm.
Yes, Madhu. We are able to see your screen.
These okay. Oh, no. Just a second. I'll just write the commands, and all these commands, when you search, all these are available on internet as well. So for any, there are GitHub cheat sheets available as well. I can share with you those cheat sheets. Just a second. Git cheat sheet. So when you practice this often, you will be able to memorize these commands. These commands would come in handy when you work on collaborative projects. And I think instead of writing, it might be good to just share this URL. You can save these URLs and visit this URL. Here, almost all necessary commands are given. So just don't start using every command that is written over here. Advanced commands are also written. So just search for the commands that we have discussed today and you will be able to find them. I'll just write also whatever we discussed today. Yeah. So first we started with First we started with Git. So many
Ritu, I'm sorry to interrupt, but your voice isn't clear.
Okay, now is it clear?
Yeah,
Hello?
it's clear now. Yes, it's clear.
Okay. So I'm just typing in the commands that we discussed so far. We are not discussing anything new after this. So we started off with get init. It initializes the uh, folder as a git folder. Then we ran a git status command. Git status tells you the status of your repository, which files are in working directory, which files are in staging area. Then we discussed git add file name. Git add file name adds your file from the working directory to the staging area. Then we discussed git commit -m, and then in double quotes, inside the double quotes, you give the commit message. This tells Git that these are the changes that are to be saved, and this generates a unique ID. Then we discussed how to tell the local repository that some changes have been made. So for that we did a git remote add origin your GitHub repository URL, and then we did a git remote -v to tell that git remote -v tells if there are any remote repositories, and then we learned how to do a git push. So we did a git push origin master, and then we learned what is git pull. So we did a git pull origin master to bring changes from GitHub to Git to local machine. We have discussed all these commands so far, and the very first step was git config commands. These were all the commands that we had discussed in the session. Is there anything that I missed out on? Is there anything that needs explanation? Are there any doubts? No doubts? Also, all the Windows specific errors, I'm sorry, I don't really use Windows. So that you will have to search. Those are direct things only. There is no conceptual gap there. So those things are just specific to Windows. When you search for the specific error, it will tell you the reason why it is not working out. And for all Windows, install git bash. So whoever is running the commands on Windows, make sure to install git bash. Any doubts, any confusion? And if you need the slides, I can share the slides, and these slides have more information than what I talked about. So just don't get confused. Only do till the point we have discussed.
Guys, if you have any problem, just drop the questions in the chat box. The more questions you ask, the more you'll understand.
Yeah, and this is a very, very important thing. So you must have observed if you are applying for any kind of interviews, even though it is a difficult time. Still, Git is one of those things that that employers expect you to know. So it is a good to know thing, and these days probably it is good to know because there is as such no professional training anyone gives when you join the corporate. So better to know things and go there, and no one is also going to listen that college में तो हमने पढ़ा ही नहीं, college में पढ़ाया ही नहीं था. So am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So these are some of the good to know topics and very, very important when you work in corporate. You will have to collaborate with multiple people for your projects. So, and there are lot many resources available on the web to understand this. But whatever I had told is very, very basic since you were
Your voice breaking with you. No? Your voice is breaking. Mridu, your voice is breaking a lot. We can't hear you at all. Mridu? Okay, I guess she's facing some more internet issues. She'll be back, guys, just in a minute or two, just like before.
Hi, Nandini.
Yes?
Actually, I too facing network issue or something. I am dropped in every session. Yes, from yesterday, I dropped my calls 4 or 3 times in between this session. Yes, from yesterday, I dropped my call 4 or 3 times in between. In every session, yes, from yesterday, I dropped my calls session.
Yes, Mridu, we'll mute ourselves. You may continue.
hello.
All sessions are recorded and will be circulated through your WhatsApp group and the Google groups. So don't worry. Mridu,
Yeah, hello.
we can hear you.
Am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, you
Okay.
are.
So mostly these were the topics that I had to discuss. I had intentionally not covered all the topics because otherwise it will get overwhelming. And there are some things because of Windows as well. So first you just try doing everything on your systems, whatever we discussed today, and just try pushing files onto GitHub and see if things are working fine or not. Only then proceed ahead on intermediate or advanced level topics. Having basic knowledge of Git also is valuable. So it is not that from the starting only you will start solving merge conflicts or anything. Just make sure you are very clear with the basics, and whatever projects you have done so far, just push it onto GitHub so that you are able to give demo of it to other interviewers or anyone, any of your friends or anything. So in that ways, Git is very useful. So that was all from my side. If there are any doubts or anything, I am there on LinkedIn, I am there on Twitter. You can reach out. I am there on Telegram or whatever, wherever you want to reach out, and you can ask me the doubts. And my presentation and everything I have shared only, so I think that won't be a problem. And if there is any feedback, that also will help me improve for the other sessions. And sorry for the voice breaks and in between the light went off. So all of this broke the link. So thank you.
Thank you so much for being here and telling us all about GitHub.